All the most successful people have gone through some sh*t. There was a time when Kehlani cared about whether or not she'd ever craft a major pop radio hit single. She studied the craft with a manic fervor: melodies, hooks, wordplay. She revered time-tested pop hitmakers like Max Martin. But that was back then, a time shortly after the singer signed with Atlantic Records, when she was in a Los Angeles studio nearly every day working on what would become her debut album. At that point, she was caught up by the whirlwind of attention that followed the release of her second mixtape, 2015's You Should Be Here. Now, however, as she releases her official major label debut, Sweet Sexy Savage, the 21-year-old Bay Area native is more measured in her viewpoint on pop stardom. "I don't really see things like that anymore," she tells Elle.com. "I'm not really awaiting any applause or anything. It's just, take things as they come and be excited about them when they're here." A heavily tattooed, charismatic R&B singer with a preternatural voice and a gift for confessional songwriting, Kehlani is supremely humble in her assessment of her current life. Her writing style is distinctly her own and yet combines some of the best assets of other successful artists: the sensitivity of a Frank Ocean, the slinky seductiveness of The Weeknd, the airy ease of Zayn, with whom she collaborated for a track on his debut album. And now she is primed to emerge as one of the year's biggest new stars. New, however, particularly for artists like Kehlani who created their own following via the internet, is a relative term. Kehlani first appeared on the national stage with her debut mixtape, Cloud 19, released independently in 2014 to widespread critical acclaim. Subsequently courted by nearly every major label, she chose to sign with Atlantic in early 2015. Fanbase expanding tours with rapper G-Eazy, a major showing at last year's South by Southwest, and festival performances at Lollapalooza and Outside Lands helped cement her following. Lately, things have been ramping up like never before. She was recently nominated for a Best Urban Contemporary Album Grammy for You Should Be Here. "It's probably one of the few things that really shook me up," made her TV debut last night on Jimmy Kimmel Live, and later this year she'll perform at Coachella. One senses, however, that the singer's maturity and even-keeled attitude are a result not of her success navigating recent fame but of coming to terms with personal challenges. Last March, the singer Instagrammed a photo of herself hooked up to an IV, which many interpreted as the aftermath of a suicide attempt. "Today I wanted to leave this earth," the caption read. "Being completely selfish for once. Never thought I'd get to such a low point." Not surprisingly, Kehlani chooses not to get into specifics about the incident, but she says the past year has helped her realize what matters and what don't. "None of this is really relevant," she says of her music industry triumphs. "A lot of people are so pressed about certain weird titles and weird accomplishments that really don't mean shit, that you can't take with you after this life. I'm just trying to be successful in my own terms and be happy and be healthy, and that's it. I've definitely grown up faster, and seeing a lot of crazy shit go down definitely just made me focus on the bigger picture."